Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Minecolonies. Go ahead and get some bread going. Can get some more of the potatoes. There we go. I think that's all the harvestable stuff. Alright. I gotta remember where we're at. It hasn't really been that long. It's been like 2 days, but 2 days is still long enough for me to forget stuff. Oh yeah. I knew that. Speaking of which, we do need a drawer controller. To get a drawer controller, we need diamonds, which we do have one. But we also need nether quartz. And so I think that's going to be the thing that we're stuck on, because we have one diamond. And we have no nether quartz, because we haven't been to the nether yet. The issue, obviously, with that is that we can't exactly go to the nether without getting more diamonds. So, you know, there's that. I do recall that we got the guard tower built over here, along with the residents. I think I told her to move in, but I might as well run over here and just double check real fast. But I'm pretty sure that, yeah, Constance lives here. Cool. Alright. Well, I guess I don't need this here, because Constance has already finished building that. So yeah, we've got a guard tower over there. We've got a builder's hut. We've got Constance's hut. So we need to construct the town hall. That's kind of one of the big things that we need to do now. And I do still have all of the resources that we need for that written down, which is good. And it is a lot of resources. Oh yeah, the birch is all over here. That's right. So let's start with making the framed birch, which we need 91 of. And then we're going to need a ton of birch slabs, 118 to be exact. So we've got 64, we need another 54 beyond that. That's good. That's close enough. 116 birch planks. 64, 116. 16. And then that's 52. Okay. Well, let's go and deposit these to start. Because I think he needs most of those items to even, like, get started. Birch plank, slab, frame birch. Let's see. What are you
Is there a
directly
problem?
needing? You are needing the diorite. Okay. Now this says he needs 40 diorite. So let's go grab that then. Since that seems to be what he is needing immediately. And I will have to set up a courier, or rather I'll have to set up a warehouse so that I can get a
You
courier.
are so wise, my friend.
Let me fulfill that request. If you do that, it makes them happier. So I think there's also like an achievement, or excuse me, advancement in the thing. I need 12 diorite stairs. I need a campfire, so I don't have that. Here's a white bed. Let me grab coal. 1, 2, 3 stick. Boop, 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 and campfire. And then we need some birch, fences. Probably nowhere near this many. Because it's 30. There's 31. The birch stairs are going to be the thing that are going to be the most annoying. Because we don't have a woodcutter thing. Here's some coarse dirt. But I'm definitely going to need more than that. And I don't think I have enough gravel. That's only 19 out of 30. Really? I have no other gravel? Ah, here we go. I was gonna say, freaking gravel should be something that's easy to get my hands on. There we go. That's rooted dirt, and that's packed mud. So neither of those help me. Ah. Okay. Let's dump this stuff off. What? He left and then went back. All right. So we still need 205 birch stairs. 2 birch doors. 1 cobblestone. Okay, so I handed him 39 diorite. Oh, I bet he only was requesting 30 at the time. Yeah, because I had 9 left over. Got it. I see what happened. Okay. So we need 177 birch logs, 205 birch stairs, 2 birch doors, and 5 stripped birch log. And, 1 cobblestone, of course. But that's not, like, a huge deal. Let me just dump all of the extra into here. Okay. Let me take those back out. Whoops. Birch stair. Birch stair, birch stair. How many birch stair? 55. Nowhere near enough. We need 205. 205 minus 64 is another 141. So then minus another 64 is now 77. And now we're at 55. 64. So I need 13. Good enough. So that should be the birch stair. Then we need 177 birch log, which is 2 and 49, according to my calculations. So then we need our stripped birch. And with that, I just need to see if I have any birch doors already made. But if not, that's perfectly fine. And it should be all of the resources that he needs. So yay! Birch door, birch log, stair, 1 cobblestone. Oop, building inventory is full. So could not insert items. I see. Well, you're not wrong. He doesn't need the birch wood, the saplings, or the bones. So let's get those out of the way. I don't think he needs the granite either. And while he did need dirt, I don't think it was that much. 85. Here, we'll just take all of the dirt, and then we'll say, take dirt. Then we'll give him everything except for the stairs, since those are very likely the roof. And then I don't need to hold on to any of that. We can dump that. Granite can go up there. And I'll just put the stairs aside for now, I suppose. I'll give him a stack of stairs just in case they get used elsewhere. And that should declutter his inventory. Which it does appear to have done. So, okay. I thought I was back, but I'm having to shift around a little bit here. Okay. Now we just let him work, really. But the only thing I can currently do is think about getting some diamonds. Backpack. What is the basic backpack? Okay, it's only 5 leather. 1 string. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And a chest. And 2 sticks. Can't forget those crucial sticks. So now that we have that, an iron requires 5, 6, 7, and then another leather. And that's all my leather. Okay, so I have exactly enough to get myself to iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll get an iron backpack. Bigger is better. We will go into our keybinds and find the backpack slot. I did download a chunk loader mod. So that we have that. Surely, whatever the backpack mod is, has a... Here it is. B? What is B? Create waypoint. That's fine. We can undo that. So we press B, we can open our backpack. We do not have better advancements, which is slightly annoying. But it is what it is. Alright, well, while they're working on the construction of all of this, and maybe I should consider filling in the grass around here. I'll think about that later. While they're working on that, we can go spelunking for some diamonds. Or at least we can when it is not nighttime. Because I see that it is about to be nighttime. So I will wait a moment for nighttime to actually arrive. There. Now we have that all filled in. And at some point, I'll have to modify the actual hill so that it, contours to the cobblestone, but yet looks natural. But for now, I'm not worried about that. Okay. I did kind of assume that night was a little closer than it appears to be. It is almost nighttime at this point. Poisonous potato, poisonous pie. That's the only thing it's used for. All colonists are tucked into bed, which means we can do the sleep. And now we'll head off. I will say, the headphones that I currently have are broken, and it is super annoying. I have already ordered new headphones to replace them, but they won't get here until Saturday. And even should they arrive early for some reason, I had them shipped straight to the new house. So I wouldn't even know if they've arrived there or not. So I'm not sure that I need to mine copper, but I'm going to anyway. But I do know that the main thing that we're here for, obviously, is the diamonds. And we just kind of got to get down to the diamond layer. And I figure... I figured that it might be fun to take this path that we haven't really explored yet down to the diamond layer. The problem is I'm not seeing much in the way of ways down. But it's fine. Boop and boop. So all that stuff into the backpack, which is nice. I do understand Minecraft's reluctance to add a backpack because there is already shulker boxes, which do effectively work like backpacks already. That is just underwater cave. Okay, I'm not going to go down that way then. So that is unfortunate. But yeah, like, I do understand, like, you know, they've already got the shulker boxes, which are effectively backpacks, right? Even if they're just, like, a worse version of backpacks. They are effectively backpacks. And so it's like, you don't really want to devalue the shulker box because of, you know, the fact that that's kind of the entire point in going to the end, other than the elytra. The problem is that it takes you getting to the freaking end to get them. And you're most likely going to need a backpack slash mobile chest, if you will, prior to getting to the end. In fact, there are many people who have been playing Minecraft for several years, like on the same world, that have never been to the end, according to Bedrock stats anyway. Just one of the things that IBX Toycat likes to note, because there's only like 10% of players that have the, like, reach the end advancement on Bedrock. And so it's like, yeah, like a lot of people who play Bedrock haven't even gotten to the end. So, like, you know, like, what do you do there? And so, but, like, I don't know, that to me is just like reason to add backpacks, because it's like, look at how many people haven't gone to the end, you know? Like, sure, there's a thing to be said about, like, you know, incentive. But also, like, with the Nether, okay, you have a, well, now, I should say, you have something to kind of tell you that it exists, you know, because you'll find the ruined portals across the world. But, like, has anybody actually stopped to think about how obtuse the getting to the end is? Oh my gosh. This freaking water. I was like, oh, I'll just, you know, plug up this water. But this freaking water is freaking all the way up here. And even that, like, look at this, you know? Way. But if I clog up this hole, whoa, frick, it will cascade effect down to the rest. See, combat's not that difficult. It's just like a rhythm game. Granted, I am fairly decent at rhythm games, so but I don't know, it's just like a rhythm game. I do prefer better combat though. The mod and all. I do vastly prefer the better combat mod. And I do think that Mojang desperately needs to update how combat works. And I understand the idea of like, well, you know, we don't want to change the combat to something that people don't like, because that's the whole reason why it never went to Bedrock. But at some point, you have to say, like, this is just what we're going to do. You will just have to learn to deal with it. Like, I'm sorry, but there are how many million players? You're not going to appease everybody. It's just a fact. And, you know, I don't mean to, you know, bash Mojang or anything, but, like, at some point, they have to come to that realization. Yes, but Minecraft is the biggest game out there. Yeah, and it will remain the biggest game out there. That's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter what Mojang does, it will remain one of, if not the single biggest game out there. Like, that's not gonna change. At some point, they have to say, this is what we're doing, and that's just how it is. I'm going to work on the town hall. He hadn't done any work because he had been unloaded, I think. I think we had been at the point where we were far enough away that he unloaded. So, let's put coal here. Let's put lapis here. Let's put redstone there. Oopsies. I sorted the inventory, and so it sorted in the stairs. I was like, wait a minute, I want those to still be separate. Here's some redstone. Is that it? Did I get... There it is. Coal. I was like, did I really grab all of it? And there we go. Okay, back we go. Chunky McChunkface. Ha! Yeah, just a casual nether star. Oh my lord, really? I might change that recipe. Might. Cause you know, that's expensive. Especially as I'm going to assume that Chunky McChunkface there only loads one chunk. Now, supposedly, Minecolonies is set up so that if any chunks are loaded in the colony, supposedly all of the chunks stay loaded. I don't think I've ever seen it actually do that. But supposedly that is the way it works. Ooh. Well, hello, kitty cat. Don't mind me, I'll take more iron. Whoops, I forgot to make more torches. I just realized. That's fine. I'll just go teleport back to... Okay. I thought I had right-clicked on Meteor. I guess I had not. So we've got how much coal? 53. That's surprisingly not a lot. Granted, I am used to having fortune. Oh my gosh, with this. I don't know why every time I freaking click, it freaking grabs like 3 stacks. I've started working on the town hall, he says, having been right there working on the town hall. But okay. Whatever you say.
Good day,
You do
Tia.
have a sword, right? Okay. She wasn't holding it, so I was like, huh? But maybe it's a graphical bug. Maybe because she's not, like, threatened. She's like, I don't need to have the sword out immediately, you know? Ouch. I don't know how, you know, it works. Minecolonies is always updating the colony AI. Thanks for that. Oh my gosh. I will admit that skeletons are really annoying. Oh, I actually don't have a lot of arrows on me. I have a couple, just not as many as I thought I would have. This is why when I watch YouTubers and I watch them just ignore all of the coal, and then they're like, game is dark, I have to hack it. I'm like, you know, there's a very easy solution to that. Like, do the thing that you don't do. You know, mine the coal and make torches. Now, again, granted, I will admit that I only watch like 4. Cool. Love that. I will admit that I only watch like 4 people. But, or I should say 4 people that do Minecraft anyway. But, you would think that out of 4 people, one of them would freaking use torches, you know? Ouch. Ouch. Did he just drop carrot? He did. Cool. Not that I need it now, but cool. That would have been nice when I, needed carrots before. Now I have a farm of carrots, so it's not the most useful. I don't know that I would say it's useless. Just not useful. That's all. We are at Y38, which is pretty deep down. Okay. The random floating block of Deep Slate. And now we're down here. Okay. So we're now at minus 53. And that's pretty much like the lowest that you can really, truly get to that actually matters. Like, yeah, you can technically mine all the way down to, 60, right? And you'll technically encounter, like, a little bit of bedrock. 'Cause I think bedrock itself starts spawning at what, 59? So... But like, so there's like a tiny amount of extra diamond chance at that point, but like not enough that it's actually worth, So right there. Really? That didn't update any of the other blocks. Like, whatever. I did see... What? Excuse you, where did you even come from? Like, the whole area here is lit up. I guess there's a couple of spots that are kind of dark over here. Ah, you could have easily spawned up there. Yeah, I see that. What about this water source? Like, how ridiculous. is this water source. Ooh. An actual amethyst geode. Like this is this basalt is an actual amethyst geode. How about that? There we go. That takes care of that. So, don't mind if I stop and grab some amethyst. Though, we don't have Ars Nouveau. Which means that we don't really have a use for amethyst. I debated adding Ars Nouveau. Because I was like, having a mod that allows you to search your storage is just really handy. Like, it's super useful. And, you know, I'm really glad that this pack has storage drawers, because storage drawers is vastly superior to not having it at all. But having a way to search your storage is still preferable. But instead, I opted into downloading a mod called Simple Storage. And it's a mod that I've used many times. I know it works really well. You know, it's simple. You can set it up super easy. And so I was just like, I'm gonna go ahead with that. And so I downloaded that one. I'm kind of trying to like free up some of these budding amethysts, but I keep breaking the blocks around the budding amethyst, only to find more budding amethysts. Like, look at this. Like, break all these blocks and get that one and this one. Like, freaking, there's too many of these, like, intersecting budding amethyst blocks. That said, I think if I add a waypoint, we'll mark it as amethyst. Hey, yeah. Amethyst shard. Cool. And now, if I ever find that I am in need of amethyst, I will be able to know where to find some. Okay, really though? The big question is, I have a vague recollection of us finding an iron vein. But I don't remember if that was here or if it was in the, like, back at the original spawn. And so, like, I'm trying to think, like, if I could find the iron vein, I would not only be able to find plenty of iron, but while mining through that, I'm very likely to find lots of diamonds. But I don't remember where that was, and I don't remember if that was actually in this area or if it was elsewhere. I do see our strip mine over here, which I don't even remember how to get to. But there is a pretty good chance that it was near the strip mine. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start going towards that. All right. That is... okay. I think it was just those 2 blocks that were randomly infested. Which again leaves me in the position of I didn't even realize deep slate could be infested. I mean, yes, technically we've encountered that before. And so there was some level of, you know, I do that. But I definitely forgot it. So I gotta go to 441, 1354. Okay. All citizens are tucked into bed. That must mean it is nighttime. And to that I say, hopefully they'll be alright. Because I'm underground. And so all of the mobs should spawn down here. I think. I'm hoping anyway. Because I do not really want to try to get out of here. Just so that I can, like, pass the nighttime. We are at 1324. So we're almost to 1354. But you can certainly see how many diamonds we're finding. Just kind of digging willy-nilly here. $13.54. Oh, it was $13.53. I'm one block off. I went one block too far. This is one reason I would have been tempted to add Ars Nouveau. Because with Ars, we would have had the ability to scry. But, I mean, I would have needed the diamond ore to begin with, so. And we don't exactly have Silk Touch right now. And the real question is, where the frick did we end up? And can I now find my way back up from here? It is definitely not in this direction to get back up. So that was super helpful. I don't even know where I came from now. Oh, I came from here. Okay. But that's just the strip mine. So how did I get down here? Did I just, like, come from up there? Because I see lights up there. Did I just, like, jump down and not create a way up? I feel like I so rarely do that I find that difficult to believe. But maybe? I guess we will Start digging. I kind of assumed that this was going to take us to that iron vein. But now I'm thinking maybe this has nothing to do with where that iron vein was. Whoops. Oh well. I think technically I wanted to be that high up anyway. It was this way, right? To where the lit like cave was. What about going this way? Oh. I see a lit cave above me. I think it's above me. It's very above me. Okay, it's not as very above me as I thought. I'm at 14. Light! I see, I see. I think I have a general idea of how I got there now. Okay. So this takes me up. Or, no. This is literally the thing I just dug. I think. Again, that's literally where I was digging. Just moments ago. Okay. Cool. That does not help me in the slightest. Ah! Got a little overzealous with that jump. Okay. Did I maybe... Have I been around here at all? Oh, if only I actually marked that iron vein. This is... Oh! This is it right here? This is literally it right here. Iron vein. Iron. Got it. So this is where the iron vein was. I bet I got here and like ignored it because it was just all this tough. Because I had already started to mine out some of the iron. And like somebody was probably watching the video like, Serene, you literally just freaking went right past it. I was looking for raw iron and like patchy tough. And apparently the patchy tough that I saw did not in my brain qualify as patchy. I do wonder if I know where a village, like a standard Minecraft village is. I do wonder if I should go there and like try to get like a fortune enchant. Like, even if I used Fortune 3 on, you know, an iron pickaxe. So I think I have enough diamonds now. I do think we reached the point where we have enough diamonds to make a diamond pickaxe. Because I think I have 3 now. But like, you know, I would get way more iron out of this if I did it with an iron pickaxe. Or with a fortune pickaxe. Wow, brain. And, you know, I could get some flint. I don't think this is part of the iron vein. I think this is just tough. Because tough in an iron vein is always very patchy. And this is just like a solid block of tough. Like, this is how the iron vein, like, tough spawns. Not in, like, a big blob like that. If I had vein mine, which I really did consider picking up like Ultimine, but like if I had a vein mine, I wouldn't be opposed to mining out that big blob of tuff that was down there. Because if my vanilla playthrough taught me anything, it's that those big blobs of tuff are big enough that, like if you mine them all out, you can usually find several blocks of diamonds. Or I should say diamond ore. It would certainly be faster if I picked up a diamond pickaxe instead. I guess the question is, do I even know how to get out of here and back to Mezior? Yeah, see, I haven't gotten that much in the way of iron out of that so far because I'm mining I'm just mining the iron. Like I don't have like fortune or anything. That's what I was trying to say. I recognize this area now. I mean, I obviously knew I'd been here before. But, like, you know, freaking... I have no sense of direction. Right, this spot's over here. You go across that. Then, from there, I believe this just leads up. Yeah! Hello. Can I help you, sir? So I do know where a Minecraft village is. If I'm remembering correctly, when I ended the last recording, I thought to myself, like, if I had any idea where a Minecraft village was, I would go looking for it. And I opened the map to be like, but there isn't one anywhere near here. And like, as I did that, I saw it on the map. It is right up here. Okay, that zombie is underground. Cool. I figured as much, but I thought I would double check. Hello, Constance. I should really tell you to upgrade your hut. In fact, I should really tell both of the builders to do that. But right now, I will let them take the time off of work Or at least I'll let Constance take the time off of work. Because obviously our boy needs to be doing the work on the town hall. I do not have a spot for tough, so let's do that. I know I had more drawers. 2 more. These were drawers that I had for to what am I trying to say? to create upgrades. Whoops. I did it again. Now Jeremiah needs more birch there. Okay. I think, based off of how much he's built, I think his inventory should be, like, empty enough.
I'll take care of it.
133. I'm actually going to give you 141. And now he should have all the remaining resources that he needs to finish up the town hall. Cool. So I've started working on town hall again. Thank you. 6. Diamond pickaxe. So I'm going to put my iron one in here, because eventually I will need to give it to the other guys. You know, to one of the other guys, rather. So when that time comes, I'll have it available, you know. Until such a time, though, let's make our way over this way. Whee! Whoosh. In fairness, hitting a fish with the sword underwater would be really difficult. But I figure that'll give me a handful of fish that I can consider passing off to the colonists for food. since I could use the leather, and these guys are so far away, have no problems with culling the herd, let's call it. Alright, so we barely got any leather from that, but that's perfectly fine. I figured that might be the case. What we need to do and this is going to be the big problem, is we need to figure out how to bring these villagers to our home. And I'm honestly trying to think of a way to do that. Except that I think there's no easy villagers. So I think the only way might be via boats. And the issue with that is that this is prior to this is what still 1.21. Well, no, this is 1.21.1. So I think all of the drops are later. But what I'm saying is this is before the Happy Guest and the change that was made to boats where you can lead them. Which in turn is going to make it really difficult to bring these guys anywhere. Does nobody here have a job? Is this the one village that has no job spots? Okay, there's farms, right? But I meant outside of freaking the farmer. I legitimately think there are no jobs. So that's annoying. Fletching table requires flint. Lecterns are obviously the thing that we need, but those require books and bookshelves. We were here already, I do believe. There are no jobs. Nobody works in this village except for a couple of farmers and maybe a cleric. Oh, yeah, there's a cleric here. Okay. Emeralds for redstone. I mean, what I really need is a Fletcher. But I don't have any flint on me to make a Fletcher. Of course, if I don't want to have to run all the way over here, I'm going to need to bring these guys to me. But that's really not much of an option. Hello, villager. So, I think what I'm gonna have to do is get a hold of some flint. Which, I mean, I have back at, you know, Mezior, but I'll just freaking, it's fine. I've done this a couple of times already. Village. Yeah. Plains Village. White. I like that they've got little icons now. Waypoints. Let's go back to Mezior. I've utilized the teleporting multiple times now. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I shouldn't be teleporting or whatever. Because freaking it's whatever. Okay. Let me think. So we need flint. And then we can make a Fletcher. And then we have plenty of wood with which to make sticks. So that's not a problem. In fact, we have plenty of sticks as is. I wonder if I put a villager in a boat. I get in the boat. And then I teleport. Will it bring the boat and villager along? It does not. So I mean, I've got a set of choices. I could lock them all up. Which, I mean, is a viable strategy. Wow, nobody even freaking... I think they're congregating here. Because of the time of day. Because this is where the bell is. And I believe during that period they cannot, like, become, like, new job. That said, they will congregate around the bell. What I could do is create an area where they can, like, get in that is around the bell, but then they can't get back out. Butternut squash. Like, I could surround this market area, basically. In, I don't know, like 2 to 3 block tall wood. And then I mean, and then we'd be good. True that there are also the farmers. I do have plenty of wheat. The fact that I can drag and, like, move these around makes me feel like I should be able to reorganize these. But... oh, I see. They're organized by name. Name or distance. I can't just do, like, my own organization. I probably don't need that much. Usually you only need like 5. That said, let me they've changed like the way all of this looks, and so I'm having a slight confusion on it is all. Do some shift click and space. Berry pie from Vanilla Cookbook. Cookies, melons. Well, that's a start. I think also because Day is taking so long to like move. Like that they're taking even longer to like sit here and do their thing. There's a bell over here as well. Interesting. But if they're gonna take their sweet ace time, to, you know, leave that area, perhaps what I can do is come over here. And I can build these two walls. Trust me, this is for all of your own good. think they got out, but that's okay. Because there are spots that they can climb out. I can see them. But they should also be able to climb back in. And it is the very act of climbing back in that will seal their fate eventually. Because once they climb in here from several of the spots here where they can still get in, they should not then be able to get back out. But also, I should probably leave so that mobs don't spawn over here. And then we'll work from there. I mean, we don't want the mobs to spawn, you know, where the villagers currently are, right? We want them to spawn outside of the wall, obviously. And of course, there are several spots where the mobs can get in, but the idea would be that because I have now pushed all of them into here, I can then eventually remove all of that. You know, all the spots where they can get in. Meanwhile, I have secured a single block that I can get out of that they cannot. Thus ensuring that when it comes time, they will end up trapped in that little spot. As long as they don't go to this bell. But that should be fixed now. Like, that shouldn't be a problem now. Where the frick is the other composter? There were 2 farms. Like, I know this. Because there are 2 farmers. But, like, where's the other farm? all the way the frick over there. That's why I couldn't find it. Good lord. So if I move all of their job blocks into here, they won't be able to get out. They'll be able to pick their jobs up. Perfectly fine. And for those villagers who don't have jobs, since the bell is in here, when it comes time for them to congregate around the bell, they should come over. Cool, there are actually still more beetroot. I don't have any beetroot. But they should come over and work, you know? There were 2 farmers and 2 composters, but then I had 3 farmers. It's like, huh? A little shift space. In case, you know, anybody else didn't know that particular keybind. Because I didn't used to know it. Nope. That's it for the sticks at the moment. Now I've got 2 farmers. Huh? What? This guy is somehow still connected to a composter. Even though he shouldn't be. And this guy just picked up one of the composters. Because that makes sense. Two villagers that already are farmers, and instead the game goes, oh, I'll go give that to somebody else. Just like how we have a cleric over here. Despite the fact that I put the freaking despite the fact that I moved the freaking thing. So, like, what the frick? What the frick do I have in my inventory? This is why I so badly need a controller. I only have 1 beetroot seed, but I don't need wheat that heavily. right now. Okay. If I picked up another Fletcher, it always registers as 2. That's what it does. I don't know why. It just does. And it's super annoying. Let me just go ahead and make a set of torches. Okay, so what we need is a lectern, which is going to involve getting paper and combining it like so. And making a bookcase. And then, is it 1 slab or is it all slab? Lectern, not lactern. It's all slab. We'll get him up there. He's just hanging out, doing his thing. You know, just working over there. Did I actually trade all the wheat? That's surprising, but it does seem like it. Alright. Sure. Whatever you say. Hey, we've got a potato guy. Potato and beetroot. And what was the original? Carrot and wheat. Hey! Perfect. Potato and beetroot, dude, bro, is exactly what I want. I don't know how much. Because I don't know how much potato I have. But if I can lock him into potato and beetroot, then that is a start. I sure wish that the 2 farmers would take up the composters instead of whatever this freaking guy is doing. There. Now they've taken up the composters. Okay. Lectern. To get a librarian. To naturally get nothing. But what can you do? This is the joys of librarians. Yo, idiot. This guy from all the freaking way over there comes and grabs the freaking librarian job. Alright, now who's gonna do it? Sure. Because that makes sense. Looting one. Before I go sitting here doing this, trade recycling. Let's do that. I'm just double checking. I don't think I want to use like easy villagers, but I'm checking to see if there are any mods that can make it so that you can move villagers around with ease, and I'm not seeing any. So, think easy villagers really is the only one. Unfortunately, but it's fine. Okay. So, Prot 4. Gosh dang it. Because that's like an amazing trade. Oops, that's village. Not Mezi. Not freaking Mezior. Alright, I didn't mean to grab all of the sugarcane like that, but oh well. It's fine. It's always freaking... Make a second lectern, since we're going to need it after this guy. Since his Prot 4 is pretty good. So if I do a little paper... That was weird. If I do a little paper trade, you know. And now another villager can come. Not like that. Sharpness 5, of course. Always the good trades, but not the ones I want. Like Great. Prot 4, sharpness 5. Like, I need those. Don't get me wrong. I'm looking for looting, though. Now, I do understand there's going to be some people that are like, you know, you're not genuinely playing the mod pack because you've added, you know, these extra mods. And like, yeah, but I also don't care. I will be honest and say that I had kind of assumed that this was a pack that was gonna have quests or a handful of like custom recipes. And it doesn't have those. And if I had known that, I honestly probably would have picked a different pack. But even if I had decided, you know, that was okay and I was going to go ahead then with it, what I probably would have done was build a slightly custom pack. Well, one of the things with like me building a custom pack is I really just have no idea what to do for custom recipes. Like, I've sat down and debated and thought, you know, several times about what I would add as like custom recipes in some of the packs I've made. And I just I can never think of anything that I feel like is truly like fair and not like overly grindy. Cause you know how I am with that, right? How I like really prefer like not having like really grindy stuff. So like if I'm gonna build a pack, I'm gonna and if I'm gonna do like custom recipes, I'm gonna want to make it so that it's not, you know, overly grind-tastic, you know? Because that's just not the kind of person I am. But at the same time, I do feel like, you know, there should be some sense of a progression, you know, that there should be enough in it that you sit down and go like, hey, you know, this is well thought out, you know, Like the creator put, the time and effort into it and like thought it through, about like where, what recipes should be different and things like that. The problem is that and I think it's just I overthink too much, basically. Um, but I just find myself sitting here going, like, I don't want the pack to feel overly grindy. I don't want me or you the player, if you're picking up my mod pack, like I don't want the mod pack player to feel like they have to grind out 1,000 emeralds to make one item. um and there really is a very fine line, between like this is too easy and this is too grindy. I see a lot of villages on the map. I don't see a lot of them coming to the lectern that I put down. Yeah, make it over here. Come on, bud. You know you want to be a librarian. Strider 2, Thorns 3, Curse of Binding. Sure. Aqua Affinity, though. What I would like to do, whoops, is get looting. Or not looting, fortune. And then, because I have fortune, because I've locked this guy in, rather, I completely did not even look at any of those. But because I then lock this guy in, then I can pick up the lectern, Punch 2, loyalty, piercing 4, projectile prot, bane, loyalty, loot, looting. I'm looking for fortune. Efficiency, bane. Fortune 2? Smite. Smite 5 would have been good. Okay. Okay. We'll take a Mendy villager. I'm okay with this. Let me go ahead. Huh? Did I have a crafting table already? I totally missed that, I guess. But now we have a source of bookshelves. Now the question is, have we any free villagers that have wandered in here due to the time of day? I do see a villager over here. But I have no idea where he is. Aha. Thorns. Mendy. Another Mendy. And a cheaper. That guy was technically a cheaper Mendy. But I've already got mending. So. I'm dumb. Fortune! I just realized I'm stupid because I grabbed a mending villager. When we have no durability to begin with. Sir? Sir, I'm gonna need you to freaking get your butt over here. Anyway, yeah, so I have a mending villager for no reason. So that was very smart of me. Hey, free villager. Well, you know, there is always a chance that you can get other stuff, you know, from like you can get like other, you know, good enchants from the dude, right? So there is a chance. So now it's kind of, well, kind of a matter of just looking to see what I want now. Now that we have a villager with fortune. Whoop! More villagers have come. Just out of nowhere, a whole bunch of villagers just came flooding in. I mean, I could use another Fletcher. I was gonna say, I think I just saw him go this way. Can I, like, mix woods to make sticks? I can. Fletcher boy! Come back! Oh, there are many villagers in here. Like, there's still quite a few more villagers than I thought there were. Fletcher man! Fletcher man, give me your trades. One thing that might also help would be to bring in all of the beds. I think what we'll do is we'll sleep through the night. And then I will run around the village. I will grab all of the beds so that hopefully when nighttime comes next, they will be drawn to the beds. In fact, what I can do is utilize the space underneath because of this cave here. And we can lay down some beds down here. Uh-huh. Screw you, Mr. Zombie. Actually, what I want to do is bring the floor up. So they can't see any zombies. And just like that, I mean, I've got to, light things up a little bit down there, but still, just like that, we will have space for the villagers and stuff. Come back, sir. So we have a couple of stray villagers at the moment. But I think they should congregate where they're meant to. I'll just take those torches for myself. I think that they will turn and congregate with the other villagers once I get, like, their beds over there. Like, once there are no beds other than the ones that are down there, I think the villagers will, like, head over that way during the night. Especially once these 4 beds aren't here anymore. Plenty of villager beds. All in one area. So thus plenty of space for said villagers. And though they may not yet make the journey themselves, at the moment, the hope is that they will eventually. So let me get my wheat out here. Interesting. I can't sort that inventory. Why do I have 3 Fletchers now? Only have 2 Fletchers. Oh yeah, the other Fletcher is still out there, isn't he? Can I attract him with his workstation? Nope, I don't want to put that there. Okay, so now we have our Fletchers. The nitwits being here is going to be an issue. Are you really trying to become a Fletcher when the Fletcher is right there? Sir! Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let me figure out which one of these guys has the freaking wheat trade. We'll go ahead and drain him as much as we can. I don't have enough carrots to do trades yet. I don't have much in the way of wood on me. So let's solve that. After all, it's only a minor issue. Yeah, I may have forgotten that those particular blocks hang off the edge here. Oh, okay. I thought I was going to create a hole that the villagers could get out of there, but I did not. I will do so if I'm not careful here. I am out of birch on me, so we will just use oak. Like right there is a hole, technically. That's not actually a hole. Make some planks. Basically, once I do this, then there will be no hole. Cool. Now we're free to finish grabbing all of this wood from the structure without having to worry about letting any villagers go free. Okay. Now we can just break down the rest of the structure. Hey, look! We've got an iron golem here now. Like there was an iron golem out, before. But now they have spawned one here. I mean, I'm assuming anyway that that's not just the iron golem that came from before. Go ahead and make sure that they can't get out that way. I almost made a goof. Once I have Silk Touch, I'll be able to grab that glass. So I'm just going to leave that for now. But that should have given me plenty of wood with which to make a handful of sticks. Just a handful, apparently. Unfortunately. But it's fine. If I went back to my home, I could obviously get plenty without issue. You are potato and beetroot dude. You are Farmer Coon. Okay. Let me grab emeralds. Let me grab paper. It's all I have that I can, do trading with. And let's see if we have the stuff to get fortune 3. And I do. Cool. Awesome, awesome. You know what? They don't need any of this anymore. Okay. Breaking these won't just, like, open the floodgates. It almost did, because I didn't notice this was low enough. But I got it. And now that I have knocked out those blocks, now we can just run around the edge, take all of the logs. I could also just freaking desecrate their houses out here. I don't think I will, though. One, it's nice to have the buildings there to remind me of where the village is on the mini-map. I mean, that's the main reason why I think I'll leave it. I think I am going to tear down their markets here. Just to give them a little extra space to move around. Boy, it's a good thing that these villagers have no concept of what is theirs. Like, they're not, gonna get upset about the fact that I'm, breaking down the market here. Because they have no sense of anything. I don't know. I don't know what the term would be. I want to say cognitive dissonance, but I don't know if that's... Like, I don't think that's right. Also, something else I can do is mobs mobs cannot spawn on path blocks. So if I make all of the ground in here be path blocks, then mobs can't spawn inside. And I mean that's about it. You know? Like I realized that I said that in such a way that seemed to infer further to that sentence. But there wasn't. Nice. It looks good. And just for good measure, we'll even path block down here. Obviously, you know, mobs can spawn on, like, stone. So, like, really my only option would be to, like, do this. But a lot of this is also lit up down here. So I'm really not that concerned. So but I will extend the torches a tad bit. I don't believe that they can get out of there. And I don't believe there are any other villagers outside of there. If there are, it would be like one guy. Now, I know that's not going to block any mobs from getting in. But it's good enough for now. Let me double check. Yeah, I'm not seeing any further villager markers. So I think all of the villagers have gotten in there now. Does appear that way. So what I will do is I will dig a trench. And now the only way a mob could get in is if they could climb like a spider, or if they can jump. As spiders don't attack villagers, to my knowledge, that shouldn't be an issue. So now we will come back here. And do some inventory dumping. Again, I really need to get an actual controller to make all of this easier. Let me take these torches back out. We have more beetroot seeds now. So let's get more of that growing. Here, let's do this. Pull that out. Let's pull that out. We'll lock that. Sugarcane there. Paper there. Cool. Let me take those. Now then. What I'm going to need to do is get, I think, 21. Oh. 3, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. You have to make an anvil. And now we can put fortune 3 onto the diamond pickaxe. And also got silk touch. Oop, I have more of those. Cobblestone. I did get a little bit more beetroot seeds. And the town hall is complete now. I'll put those in there. Put that in there for now. We can go in there. Gosh dang. My friggin' voice just keeps cracking. Crack-a-lackin'. And I'll tell you why. It's because I'm not drinking enough. So, but yay, the town hall is complete. Oh god, we don't have freaking whatever mod it is that lets you open both, like open double doors at the same time. Excuse me. This is my home, so we can set our respawn point here. Yeah, I think we're pretty much good. And this is a good spot to end off at. Hopefully my arm being up isn't blocking the microphone too much. There we go. Yeah, that did lower, like that did block some of the sound. I can see that. It's all right. I was trying to fix my hair because it freaking fell out of the tie, the hair tie. All colonists are tucked into bed, which means I can sleep. Cool. Yeah. I think I'll go ahead and end things off here for now. So I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, feel free to subscribe. You can come out to twitch.tv/SereneInc, where I would normally stream these live. I have been in the process of moving. Supposedly, we're right at the end of that and should be finishing up here on Saturday. I don't know for sure because of the fact that I mean, one, I don't know because it has this, you know, it's not up to me. But two, like, it's reliant on us getting a truck. And, like, literally just today, they were like, oh, we don't have one. And I have not yet heard what has been decided about that. So I do not know what to be expecting in that regard. So, anyway, Yeah. You can check the playlist. That's where I was going. So that you can get caught up on any of the videos that you might have missed. And I'll see you all next time, hopefully. See you later. I have to figure out. I need another diamond pickaxe for the silk touch.